So I'll tell you why your New Year's resolution is probably going to fail. But before I do, I just want to ask you a question. If you were given a free pass, there was absolutely no consequences involved to the way that you currently live your life, right? You can drink however much you want, you could eat whatever you want, you don't need to exercise, any of that. Would you still bother? Or maybe even another question is, if maybe there's a family member that's worried about you, or a doctor has said that you need to change, or something like that. If none of that was there, would you still bother? Because the interesting thing about this is that whatever you like deep down believe, that's ultimately going to be that's going to be your reality. You can go on a diet and you can change your body, and you can, this time of year is amazing. We do all of these New Year's resolutions and these grand gestures to run marathons and lose 20, 30 pounds, and go to the gym regularly, and we go off and we sign up for the gym. These 2-year contracts that we never end up using. We get the gyms are selling these like 50% off personal training packages that we never end up using. We download and pay for apps that we never end up using. We fill the fridge with green food. We go out and buy a whole bunch of new sports gear, somehow thinking that all of this is going to magically change the internal beliefs. Right, but actually, we don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. It's very idealistic. We want to do it. Logically, we want to do it. But when it comes down to doing it, the weight of it is what actually takes us out. It's not discipline or motivation or how easy or hard your habits are, and all these popular sort of approaches to change. Those things those are very top level and important when it comes to change. But if deep down inside you just want to sit on the couch and enjoy yourself on a Friday evening, or have a lot of fun on the weekend, you don't want to be waking up early, and you don't necessarily have to do any of this stuff to start living healthy. But I guess a lot of us believe that we do. But something's got to change, right? And if we're not willing to make those changes, when we start making those changes, it's inevitable that something is going to get in the way of them. And it will be the weight of all of these things. It'll be the having to drive to the gym every morning or every evening or at lunchtime. It's all the washing that you have to do, the extra washing. It's going to be all the extra cooking you have to do. It's going to be the missing out on the meals with the guys, in the middle of the week at the pub where you're having a pizza and a beer. It's going to be, all of these sort of things. And if the internal sort of narrative is like, well, I'm doing this because I believe that whoever's watching me, is going to be impressed by this, or the doctor's going to be happy because my insulin comes down, or whatever it is, But really, I don't want to do it, right? Like so many people undertake these things, and I've asked my little school community. I have a little nutrition school community where we talk about beliefs around food, and I try to help everybody to understand that the modern approaches of calorie counting and portion control and being on or off a plan, or just all of it, it's futile, right? It's most of the time it's probably too intense to do the head and the heart work necessary to build an easy relationship with food. We believe that if I force the outside to change, that the inside is magically going to change along with it. But actually it needs to be the other way around. We need to sort out our beliefs, and that is a very similar process, because we can't just believe something new like that. We have to start to nurture it slowly and slowly. If you are going out and you're buying gym clothes and gym contracts and filling the fridge with food and doing all of those things, it's inevitable that it's not going to work. It just becomes too hectic. If your beliefs are not in order. And so what I would rather suggest at this time is to start small. start with something that doesn't cost a lot of money, and you're not locked into contracts and stuff. Start with just going for a walk and journaling. You know, but we don't like these type of approaches. Because we maybe overdid it during the festive season. We're so uncomfortable in our bodies that we want change, like now. I want it now. Right? And as long as you want it now, you're never going to have it, because you'll do like the most horrific things. But the only diet that matters is the one that we're on when we're not on a diet. You know, the way that we eat when we're not dieting. Because if you lock yourself away in 1,000 calories for however long you can hold on for dear life in that, there's a whole bunch of interesting science that happens when you start to eat maintenance and you start eating in a normal way again. And I say that loosely because maybe your normal is not so normal or healthy. It just becomes this like on off, and this very frustrating sort of place. But nobody wants to, once upon a time, diets were how you would take a reasonably optimized person and make them better. But now it's like how you take a hot mess and try and fix them, right? But what we actually need to do is learn how to eat, create the right environment to live in, and then start to optimize, to go into these like more aggressive sort of modalities. Because then when you're done with that, what you're returning to is a lot more stable. So, but we can talk about the ins and outs of nutrition for days. What I wanted to talk about in this video is really this. Just imagine it for a second. Like, if no one was watching, if nobody cared, right? If the doctor wasn't knocking, like, you need to be healthy. If your partners didn't care, like, how would you live exactly? Would you want to do the things that you are trying to do? Because if you don't, you're not going to magically want to do the percentage of people that go to the gym, all the gym contracts that sign up. If every single person that signed up for the gym at the beginning of the year had to go at the same time, the gym would fall through the earth. But they bank on that, right? And then the people that get locked into contracts moving forward, because they know that like less than 1% of those people are going to be able to grit it out until the internal situation actually changes, till they actually enjoy going to the gym, until they're used to all the logistics, all the extra cooking, all the extra washing, all of it, the saying no to the pizzas in the middle of the week, all of that stuff. All the convenience food needs to be lessened, all of it. Most people just can't do it, especially if the internal environment is not in order. So I'm going to urge you to not join the gym dramatically, and get locked into contracts and go and fill your fridge with green food and start making smoothies every morning and putting on your spandex and going through the app, and trying to find the little HIIT workout, or all of those things are great if you want to actually do them. If you're approaching this as like, I hope that I'm going to want to do these things if I do them for long enough, that model has got a very low success rate. You have to find somewhere within you some sort of catalyst of why you want to do those things. For yourself, not for anybody else, not to look a certain way, not for your health. You want to do it because you want to be that type of person. Not because there's some sort of symptom in your life or some sort of discomfort, or when you look in the mirror, or when your clothes don't fit correctly, or none of those things are a good enough reason to start doing this. And when I say that, what I mean is that you can do it for those reasons, but on those really dark days and all the washing is not done and the fridge is empty and the kids need to get to school and lunch boxes need to get packed and the boss has dropped some sort of chaos in your lap, and you're not going to do those things because that's not the person who you are. You're going to revert back to the version of yourself that operates in those situations, that handles those stresses in those situations. Like, this is the thing, is, we need to understand that trying to change the external environment is not going to change the internal environment. But when we change the internal environment, everything on the outside just becomes easy. People that go to the gym regularly, it's not a headache for them. Doing the washing of all the extra, it's not a problem for them. But if you believe that if you start doing those things as much as you can, if you drop yourself in the deep end, that you're going to magically start to want to do all of those things like that person. But really, actually, deep down inside, you just want it to be easy, and you just want to eat in the way that you want, and you just want to sit on the couch on a Friday evening and Netflix and chill. And, when you go to the coffee shop, you want to have the cookie with every coffee you have, and you want to have the bread that they give you when they put on the and all of those things. Like, you enjoy those things, you love those things. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that those things are inherently bad or anything like that. But that is the specific operating system of a specific type of person. People that want to be fit and sleep better and exercise, and the logistics of that are important to them. They want to do it. They want to get home late at night after work and throw the washing in the washing machine and do a little bit of preparation of making food that's healthy. And it doesn't have to be meal prep. I'm not a fan of that either. But the meal for the day and what you take for lunch to work the next day. It's you have to be proactive. So just some food for thought going into the new year. How many New Year's resolutions have failed you? And just remember right now, sit with yourself and be honest. If you were given a free pass, there was no symptoms, there was no judgments, nobody cared, how would you actually exist? Yeah. If any of this interests you, I have a little school community where we talk about all of these interesting aspects of our relationship with food. We don't really talk about the optimal diet. I have an entire course around what optimal eating is that I give away for free because I'm actually more interested in the real inside job, talking to people and helping them to figure out like why, even though you've probably been on many diets, and you can just do a simple Google search. There's millions of approaches out there. Why are you not getting any success with them? No matter how hard you try, and this grand gesture that comes at New Year's resolution, I'm going to run a marathon, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to lose. Why do you never end up doing it? That's what I'm more interested in. So you'll find the link for my school community when you hit the follow button of my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the school.